Hello. No, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be redoing my nails. Not redoing them. Getting rid of these ones. These ones have fallen off. Those aren't gonna stick back on. But welcome back to my channel. My name is Imani. These were the nails that I did a couple of days ago, 3 days ago. They're falling off. I'm not gonna try to stick them all back on, but yeah, this is how I did that one in the end. You guys saw me do some of these ones, so I do them pretty much. I put a mat on them. They pop off easily. It doesn't hurt. Somebody commented on my video last time. They were like, ew. I don't know what they were saying ew about, but I'm gonna give you something to say ew about, because I'm about to pop these off. We're gonna do some new ones. I've never repopped them off this quick and did new ones. I usually wait a couple of weeks just because I'd be too lazy to do them over. But we're just gonna go ahead and do them quick. I don't think I have any damage, but I'm not a nail tech. I'm just a girl who likes to do her nails. So this one had popped off a long time ago and I put nail glue on it and now it doesn't want to pop off. So that's the only one that I might have to use some assistance with. Because I was going out somewhere and it popped off and I was like, nope, not ready to pop all these off yet. But yeah, this could do some damage on me. I don't want to get up and get my nail remover. What is it called? Not nail remover, nail glue remover. But yeah, that probably caused some damage to my nails. So I hope this visual is good. I'm glad nobody's here because when people come, I start getting nervous. It's just silly. But yeah, I looked at the video last time. It was bad visuals. I put it on me just so that I could see what's going on, but maybe I should face it down so that you guys could see clearly. So yeah, I went ahead, popped those off. I'm gonna try to be quick because my dog wants to go use the bathroom. Hello. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this pretty quickly. Thank you for the like. So yeah, just putting mat on it. This is how I get them to pop off quickly so that I don't have to deal with them for too long. But yeah, I just wanted to, talk about some conspiracy stuff too. Just because I wanted to get on here yesterday, but I didn't know what to talk about. And last time I had a video, I started shaking because I get nervous, like public speaking type stuff, especially when people come in. So, but yeah, I wanted to get on here yesterday, but I didn't know what to talk about. And then I was talking to my mom on the phone, and she told me something that was kind of silly. Well, I guess it wasn't silly. She was saying that she was talking to the person she's in a relationship with, and they were saying that only in one state it's illegal to eat people, I think. And I just was like, okay, what the heck? And I'm a conspiracy person, so I started telling her like conspiracies that I've heard about that. And so that's what I decided to just come on here and talk about, our conversation. But even before that, I'm from like the Bay Area, and yesterday it was like a whole bunch of earthquakes, like mini earthquakes in the morning that woke me up. I only felt two of them, but they said it was like 8 to 10, probably more. I didn't go back and look. And so yeah, we're due for like a little, like a big earthquake around here. So I'm like, that was kind of making me nervous yesterday. But yeah, that one's cured. Let me see. I think that one's cured. I'm gonna go ahead and cure this other one. But yeah, we're due for a big earthquake, and I heard like prophetic people, which I'm putting under the umbrella of conspiracy, even though I probably shouldn't. But like religious prophetic people, say that California is, you know, and this is like I said, conspiracy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope not, because if it does happen, get me out of here. But um, yeah, that is due for an earthquake, and it's practically gonna like split the state. I'm like, oh no, that's too much. Obviously, I don't necessarily like believe in fear mongering and believe in like, you know, panicking and doing weird stuff like that. But I do know we're set for an earthquake. The last big one we had was like 89, and I know that like dropped bridges and highways. And then the last one from like the early 1900s, which I think The Lost Boys is based off of, and I just watched that for the first time in my life. I don't, you know, a lot of like, I guess, quote unquote, classic American movies I've never really watched. So I have to get with the program, but I just watched The Lost Boys for the first time and saw that that was based off of a big earthquake in California from the early 1900s. So yeah, that's just what I was thinking about briefly. But yeah, that's what she said, that I guess it's only one state that it's illegal to eat people. And so I was just like, that's weird. It reminded me of a movie that I, once again, like I said, I never watched, but I guess it was called Soylent Green. And it just was like, you know, I had this conversation with her, and then I just was like surfing the web on YouTube or something. And like I said, I'm in conspiracy spaces, so it's not unlikely that it wasn't gonna pop up or something. But it started. I saw a little clip from the movie Soylent Green when the guy was like, in 2022, we're gonna like, I guess they were all eating people, but it was like the food that everybody had to eat, like they had no choice. And I guess this was one of the factory workers who was like, went rogue and was telling everybody that, you know, the food was made out of human meat, I guess. And so that's basically what I was telling her in the conspiracy before I saw that. When she told me that, I was like, yeah, I've heard that they're supposedly putting um, putting what was I saying, like human remains in food like Taco Bell and McDonald's. And I've heard people talk about like, you should stop eating from there. Like, I mean, not me, but like just in general, you know, you should stop eating fast food. um Not saying that to me is what I meant, but just on the web and stuff. And it was more than like, you know, um just being for health reasons. Like, it's more sinister reasons why you shouldn't be eating fast food. But yeah, I would agree. But yeah, I'm still shaking a little bit, so let me get myself together before I start applying this. Okay, yeah, so skipping steps because I'm doing stuff while being recorded. My dog is looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, who are you talking to? He's like, take me out to pee. We're about to go, bud. Oh my goodness, look at that. I'll just be shaking. It's gonna calm down. But yeah. So yeah, I wanted to watch a video more about it, because then after that I went and searched the little channel that it was on, and they had like a longer documentary on it. So I'm gonna go and watch, or like play it in the background. I'm gonna watch it, but I can't set it up for y'all, unfortunately. I could, but I don't know how it's gonna look on the other end right now. I have to still keep trialing and erroring. Hi, bud. Yeah, let me try to let's stick these on quick. Thank you. Hello. Calm down, bud. I'm focusing putting on these nail tips real quick. They long, but I'm gonna cut them real short so I can manage to do things. I like them long, but it's not realistic for me right now. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some lollipops, the little clear lollipop suckers for Valentine's Day. Just something basic. Gonna be a few different colors. I got like 16 different colors that I was testing that I got from this little cheap website, and they smell, some of them smell really, really horrible. So I'm not gonna do that again. Buy from these little cheap places, but yeah, I want to get rid of them. I feel like, well, I don't feel like, a hack that I learned is just buy clear and mix any color, like gel polish that you have into the little clear jelly. Because, yeah. And it wasn't expensive, but still, it's just like a heck of colors now that I have to use. Well, I don't have to, but I'm that kind of person that if I buy it, I want to use it. Oh my goodness. No, we can't get a fit check. That's hilarious. This is a nail video. But yeah. Thank you for like commenting though. Can we get a like if you still in here? Man, I'm shaking too much. This is crazy. All because I'm on camera recording myself live. This is not okay. That's why I was like, I have to get on here because the more I put it off, I'm gonna keep getting on here being nervous for no reason. And like I said in the last video, I would record it on my phone. I would much rather do that. And then just upload it on here. And I can edit out everything, but my phone doesn't have storage, so. And I've been telling myself to start going live anyway. Because when I used to post those videos, like I would edit the heck out of them, and it was just every little thing that when I would replay it back and listen to it would be like cringy or something, or just something that made me feel weird. So I was like, I don't want to be in that energy if I do start posting videos again. I just want to go. Come on, let's take it forever to stick. Cause I'm talking, so I'm not forgetting to blow. I'm forgetting to blow on it and let it like chillax a little bit. So this one, so I'm looking crooked. Gonna have to do. But yeah, other side. Let me see. Should I cut them now? Yeah, I'll cut them now. Do I want to cut them this short though? I don't think I want them that short. Let's see if this will be like down, thumb. Put it over here. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, we'll do them this length. That's not too long. My middle one popped off. And that one was crooked anyway, so that's fine. Yay. I can put it back on right. I'm a naturally quiet person, so I keep remembering that I don't know if I'm even loud enough if I watch this back, but yeah. I'm gonna pause, get into the conversation until I do this, because I usually do this before I get on here anyway, but I just wanted to pop off my nails on the camera for some odd reason. Taking longer than I thought. I've been on here 16 minutes just popping off nails and putting on mat and sticking on nails with nail glue. Let me hold this for a few seconds so I'm sure it don't pop off again. Okay, I think that looks good. It's supposed to be tapered square, so that's what that is. That's definitely not my thumb size. Like, what the heck? What size is that? That's a 3? I think that was a 3. What the heck? I need a 2. But yeah, I'm gonna glue this other side on just so that I don't have to go through and do it, and I can just lay down this acrylic real quick. I wish that I could just put glue on all of these. Gotta it's a process. Okay. Okay, from that to that, so nobody has to ask me no weird and invasive questions. Oh damn, I forgot I had put on that one already, so it's drying. It's probably not gonna stick now. Yeah, that's why I gotta do it one at a time. Then I'm gonna forget that that one even had glue on it already. not gonna forget, but gotta let that one stick on. This is size 6, come in size 5. I got one. We'll just keep 6. How I want what? But yeah, the powders that I'm using are from Nail Dreams. Yep, that's pretty much all. Let's see, what's this number 4? I'm ready to lay this acrylic. This is taking longer than I thought. Like, I feel like a grandma. No offense to grandmas, but I just feel like I'm moving slow. Okay, I'm gonna try to do these last 2. Remember that I put it both on. Okay. Oops. Okay, that ain't gonna be ready yet anyway. Yeah, the other thing, when I do 2 at a time, I gotta, like, this one gotta stick, but this one trying. So I'm gonna see, and that's not stuck, so I can't even do what I was about to do. Let's see. Gotta put more on there instead of just sticking this on it, 'cause I forgot that fast. My brain. Okay, 6 o'clock. I hope I'm done by 7:30. I think what I'm gonna do is just do one of the nails on camera. Like, I'm gonna do the whole acrylic on camera, and then I'm gonna do one of the designs on camera of what I'm gonna do. Then in my next video, you'll just see what it looked like in the end while I'm popping them off, just like I did today. Because yeah, it's gonna just take a whole bunch of time if I'm just sitting here doing my nail art. So it's just tedious. So I'll do one nail. Laying the acrylic should be quick because these are short. I'm gonna do my non-dominant hand first on my right, then my right over here, if I remember. Not that one popping off. This nail glue. Come on, non-dominant hand. You got this. Okay. This now always giving me problems. It's kind of weird. Well, thank you. Hello. How to make a high ponytail. I got on long little nail things right now. But maybe one day. Okay. So that's what it went from. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Riley. You're very sweet. Yeah, I usually like to wear the end of my hair. Are you okay? But yeah, I usually like to wear it curly and natural. I finally straightened it for the first time in years. And I finally did a straightening routine that kept it straight for a while. It's the end of it now. I need to go wash it and let it get back curly. But yeah, I'm just glad that when I straightened it, it actually got straight this time, because all my life I've always had to go to a salon to get it straightened. No, I'm not cutting nothing, not right now, but yeah, I cut off a lot of it when I straightened it. It do need to be cut up a little bit more, but no, I don't need the surprise, babes. I need to get through with this nail stuff so I can go let my dog go pee. This is the bead. I'll let it pull in my, what the heck? Where's my thumb? My thumb then just popped off. Here it go. I think that's it. What the heck? Okay, I'll let it polymerize. So yeah, back to my weird conversation that I was having. Soylent Green. So apparently they're eating, in the movie, they're eating, everybody in the US is eating human bodies for food, and it's the just national food. And that's something that comes up in a lot of, like, I guess, end of times movies. Like, we all getting rations and we all just got this weird stuff going on, so we gotta eat what they give us pretty much. So what we eat in turns out to be human food in the end, but I don't know if that ever gets out to people. Like I said, I didn't watch the movie, but in my mind, I'm like, where are they getting these peoples from? What I've heard from real life conspiracy is that they work with like clinics, and so that's creepy because it's like, they kind of say like Freemason type people, because that transcends, like, all types of fields and professions are in on it. So I don't know. Interesting. But yeah, like I said, I'm about to put this video in the background, so we'll just listen so that I don't have to talk all the time either. I'm gonna turn it this way a little bit so y'all can stand the frame of my hand. But yeah, it's the color. It's called Carmelo. Carmelo. Is that what it's called actually? Yeah, something like that. Caramello. What the heck? Do that before I come on? No, it's just what? No. Thank you for your feedback, but this is what I'm coming on to do. Do my nails on camera while I talk about random conspiracy stuff. But thank you for the advice. It's a whole field of content of people that get on here and just do their nails. So, but yeah, I like to either do my nails or do my makeup, so one or the other, but I don't want to do my makeup all the time. That's what the most of my old videos consisted of, so I'm gonna do this. But yeah, give me something to talk about other than some craziness that I'm talking about. I did not blend those ends in fast enough. That got bulky up there. I did the wrong nail. I said I was going to use my non-dominant, and now from here doing my dominant. So I'm about to switch. And now I'm actually about to stick this thumb. It look like heck of them falling off. How many fell off? Oh, I don't know. My thumb fell off somewhere though. Okay, that came out questionable. That one got thick. see how fast I can do this. I'm trying to be quicker, but I guess it's not about that, but it is for me. Especially because I don't do these to last, so I might just want to be able to come here, do some quick, go. The foundation don't gotta be that great. Everything don't gotta be that great. I mean, I wanted to though, but all the time I'm not about to like file it down and all of that. But when I have time to just sit there and leisurely do it, I do want to have a good lay down so I don't have to do minimal, so I don't have to file a lot. Everything just looks cute. But yeah, this one came out bulky. I'm like, girl. Polymerize this and then you put it on the nail. This thumbnail size is wrong. It's looking at an old thing that I made. I don't know what I was talking about. I should have remeasured them, but I had those other nails on, so that's why I didn't before I got on here. So I didn't want to be on camera remeasuring too, because I know that was going to be even more more time on here than what it normally is. Just me putting on the thing and going. This time I took some nails off, put some nails on, put some matte on, like I did everything on camera. So this video gonna be long, but I don't want it to be. But yeah, that don't look bad. That don't look bad at all. So something I always do is make one side thicker than the other one though. I don't know why I always do that. So my nail is currently burning because when you use too much monomer and it gets into your nails, it can start doing that. So that means I need to work on my liquid to powder ratio. But yeah, I remember seeing a video that happened to a nail tech and her customer, her client or whatever on camera, and like she sprayed something on it real quick in a spray bottle, but I don't know what she sprayed and I can't find the video. Like I'm sure she liked it, so I was like, if that ever happened, I want to know what the heck to do. But yeah, I can't find the video, so I don't remember what she sprayed on that lady's nails. Okay, I'm dipping this in this water too much. Oh, this monomer. Okay, let's see if I can get you on the frame. Maybe put it down lower in a little bit. You gotta go, bud. My dog's touching me under the table. You okay, bud? You gotta wait, bud. You gotta wait. Okay, so I said I was gonna use my non-dominant hand, but I forgot and started using this one. But then my thumb on this one messed up, so I needed to get that one stuck on. So I'm about to switch to using my left hand. Now put that down too quick. A little hair. Add something right there. Okay, that look good. Forgot to put those nails in there. Okay, that could go on the floor. Okay, let's see what he talking about in this video. I'm gonna just put it in the background. Cause I can't play it. Yeah, this one look good. It's not bulky. I could use a little bit of work, but it's not bulky. Okay, probably should add one little dot at the end. Okay, hope you don't get too wild. They start putting some crazy stuff in their videos. Offensive stuff.
Yeah, quick.
Good thing, too.
Were you wearing a mask? Were you blown to acid or something like that?
Oh, no, it's just terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future.
Were you wearing a mask?
Oh, no, it's just terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future.
There were lots of questions.
He just showing how he think movies can be predictive programming. So it's some movie I never saw, like I was saying earlier. I never watched a lot of these classics. But it was some movie and he's like, why you wearing a mask? And he's like, everybody gonna be wearing them in the future. So that's why he put that in the video to kind of preset what he's getting at, that this Soylent Green movie is predictive programming pretty much.
To address
For whoever watched that movie, because I never have.
Concerns that many have around GMOs.
Right, so genetically modified organisms, that's where you create a new seed by using some biological approach that changes the gene. One example is you can put a gene in that prevents the plant from getting disease. And so a disease that's wiping out the crops of poor people and causing tens of thousands to starve, you can get rid of that. The techniques we're using here were actually invented for human medicine. And in the case of human medicine, we don't have a total ban on all drugs that are created this way, nor do we have a total acceptance. What we do is each drug gets created, it's trialed, and then each country has scientists who look at, okay, what are the benefits and what are the risks of that new drug, and they decide. And it's a very,
because this goes into like all those foods that just came out that showed that they had like arsenic in it and rat poop and all this stuff. Like, what are we eating?
That seed that blocks disease.
Y'all.
You know, that's dooming the poorest to never have this kind of tool. And it'd be ironic, since many of these advances are creating things like drought tolerance that poor people only need because rich people have been emitting so much CO2 that the climate conditions are worse for those poor people. Now, making sure that there's that scientific depth so that they can analyze crop by crop, that's something that the foundation is helping to invest in, but each country will have its own decisions. And there are in the pipeline some fantastic crops that need to be looked at. You know, we have decades of experience where rich countries have used GMOs. Some countries like South Africa, Burkina Faso, Egypt are using some GMOs right now. But the big wins are ones that come later, and you know, each of those should be looked at as a special case, not ruled out or ruled in based on the general perception.
GMOs have now been a staple in American diets for 20 years, yet most Americans still don't know what they are or how they affect our food supply. Do you know what a GMO is?
No.
A GMO. What's a GMO?
I know it stands for genetically modified organism. Is that it? GMO? I think so. I always ask myself, like, what the heck is that? And I still have no idea.
Dr. Robert Fraley was one of the original creators of GMOs for Monsanto in the early 90s, which has now turned into the largest manufacturer of GMO seeds and Roundup, a controversial weed killer for crops. Today, GMOs account for nearly 80% of conventional processed food. Do you think we're overdoing it with GMOs?
Well, you know, it's a little bit more complicated, and sometimes it's confusing because, you know, on the one hand, I'd say almost everything we eat has been genetically modified.
But many non-GMO activists disagree, saying GMOs were created solely for profit.
Almost all of the GMOs that are on the market today have been engineered to do one thing, and that is to survive when sprayed with a chemical herbicide. So the primary herbicide that they've been engineered to be used with is glyphosate. Glyphosate, just this year, the World Health Organization classified it as a probable carcinogen. So most GMO foods that you eat have been sprayed by a chemical that's likely to cause cancer.
What do you say about that?
I say it's absolutely untrue. So glyphosate is the active ingredient in Roundup, and probably most people have used Roundup to control weeds in their garden. Roundup is absolutely safe, and it's not a carcinogen. And the regulatory agencies who have the responsibility for regulating it, like the EPA, like the Canadian regulatory authorities, the authorities in Europe, have all studied glyphosate extensively and concluded that it's non-carcinogenic.
Megan Westgate, director of the nonprofit The Non-GMO Project, says biotech companies get away with it because they have power and money.
One of the biggest concerns that I have is that the top 3 biotech companies now own almost half of the world's seed supply. That's a lot of control for just a few corporations to have over something that every single human being depends upon for their survival.
So you feel comfortable with eating GMOs all day long, feeding it to your family? There's no concerns that you personally have?
Absolutely. I'm a dad. I've got 3 kids. As a scientist, I've looked at all the studies and data. As a dad, I've thought about it.
Fraley says his only regret is not educating consumers sooner, and is now trying to change that.
I'm personally involved in Twitter. You can follow me at Rob Fraley and follow that. As a company, we've voluntarily published our data and our science and increased dramatically the transparency.
I'm Jade Scipione for FoxBusiness.com.
So our vision is you can have a small, we call it a bioreactor, but it's a fancy name for a pressure cooker, honestly, like your bread maker or something like that can maintain temperature and right conditions for your cells and your nutrient solution. And at the end of a couple of weeks, you can grow your own meat for your own family. It's kind of like this miracle cell of sorts that can form everything in your body, but it needs the right trigger to make that happen. So we essentially feed them with a liquid nutrient, a mix of proteins, carbohydrates, fats, very similar to what the animal would eat itself. But because the cells don't have a digestive system, you have to give them a very simple ingredient mix. Like I mentioned, meat is grown in this liquid. Right now, that ingredient, I call it soup, nutrient soup, is only made by pharmaceutical companies.
Bill Gates has been snatching up 242,000 acres of farmland across the U.S., enough to make him the top private farmland owner in America. According to the Land Report, the tech billionaire has been purchasing agricultural land for years, building a massive portfolio of farmland in 18 states. His largest holdings are more than 69,000 acres in Louisiana, almost 48,000 acres in Arkansas, and about 20,500 acres in Nebraska. Additionally, he has a stake in 25,750 acres of traditional land in Phoenix, Arizona, which is being developed as a new suburb. It's not clear how Gates's farmland is being used or whether any of the land is being set aside for conservation. This is not Gates's only foray into agriculture. In 2008, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation announced $306 million in grants to promote high-yield, sustainable agriculture for farmers in sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. The foundation also invested in the development of supercrops resistant to climate change and higher-yield dairy cows.
Showing some old movie, I think it's called Metropolis. I don't know, I never watched that again. There's some old black and white movie that I saw
Looking at Soylent
like a
Green,
lot
all
now, like
natural
just in
crackers.
pop culture places, but I don't know what it's
People
called. I think
food.
it's Metropolis.
We've got some hands going on down below there. Soylent Green. Anybody see the movie? For those who haven't, definitely go and check it out. Charlton Heston, great movie. Here we've got these Soylent Green, all natural crackers. Again, made with high energy plankton. On the side, we at the Soylent Corporation know that in 2022, nothing runs anymore and nothing works. But the people are the same and need the same things. We are committed to getting you, the people, what you need the most. Soylent Green.
And giving it back to you, the people. And we give it back to you, the people.
Welcome back. Would you eat your favourite takeaway if it was made in a laboratory? The thought of 3D printed nuggets might not sound appetizing, but scientists say you won't be able to taste the difference.
My stomach
There's
growling.
only one Kentucky Fried Chicken, always cooked fresh, with Colonel Sanders' original secret recipe of 11 different herbs and spices.
Until now. For this Russian lab, your next tasty KFC meal is being prepared. Just finishing off some seafood for another customer first. This one is a squid. Yes, KFC has partnered with Russian scientists to develop lab-made chicken nuggets.
Shut up and take my money.
Hot on the heels of fake meat, now comes a plethora of pantry palatables.
Spinach, broccoli, chicken, salmon, kind of just runs the gamut. We're experimenting with a lot of new ingredients as well.
Welcome to the future.
Your printable food comes safely packaged in cartridges.
Finger licking good.
If there's a laboratory and a kitchen, as long as it's clean.
Wouldn't put you off?
Mm,